Hey guys, what's up? It's Dean. Welcome to Manful Yoga. This video is a quick cool down for cycling. So I've been getting this request a lot from our cyclists. I wanted to make something that was super easy to do, beginner friendly, no flexibility required, and also no equipment required. So this is for anybody who's a cyclist looking for a quick cool down. Do your best, follow along, and here we go. By the way, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. We put out great content every week. We're going to start off in a warrior one pose. This is going to stretch your hips and your calves. So start your right leg forward, left leg back, pointed out 45 degrees, square your hips toward the front, and then sink into a lunge. This is the most active pose that we're doing. Everything else is going to be super relaxed. So bear with me for this first pose. Press your back hip toward your front knee. Turn your torso so that it's facing straight forward and really feel the stretch in your groin, but also in your calf. So push into the outer edge of your back foot, press down through the heel, and then lift your arms. If you feel like you've been doing a lot of in a bent over position, which you probably have, if you've been cycling and you want to counter that a little bit, you can also add a back bend. We're only going to be here for 30 seconds. If you want to hold this for a little bit longer though, you're welcome to do that. And again, focus on this stretch through your hips, also on that stretch through your ankles. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Again, welcome to hold it for longer. A minute is a great length for this. 30 seconds, also good. Left leg forward now, right leg back, pointed out 45 degrees. Square your hips and your shoulders toward the front. Sink into the lunge. Press your back hip toward your front knee. Push into the outer edge and the heel of your back foot. Lift your arms up. Deep breath in, get nice and tall. And as you exhale, sink deeper into the lunge. As you're doing cool down stretching, you really want to focus on your breathing. So deep breathing in and out of the nose. You want to feel your entire diaphragm fill, so all the way from your base of your spine and your lower abdominal area, all the way up through the ribs and the intercostal muscles. 10 more seconds here. All right, and then release. From here we're going down to the ground. That was the most active stretch. It's all easy stuff from here. Let's go with your right leg forward, left leg back into a low lunge. Relax your hands on your right thigh. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow your hips to come forward. Bring your whole body forward, but keep your chest upright. We don't want to do any of this bending forward just because you've already done a lot of that in your ride. So we want to do some easy back bending or keeping your spine neutral. If you have any pain in your back knee, put a cushion, put a towel, put a pillow under the knee. There's no reason to feel discomfort here. And now from here, bring your left arm up and add in a side bend. So I want you to lean toward your right. You're going to feel a deeper stretch through your left hip flexor and also through your left side as you do this. So we're kind of getting 2 for 1 here, getting a nice hip stretch, but also getting some nice opening for your side body. If you want, you can relax your right hand on the ground if you have the mobility for that. Otherwise, keep your right arm just kind of resting on the thigh. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Again, you can hold that for a longer time. 30 seconds is kind of the minimum. 60, even 75 seconds, also good. Left leg forward now, right leg back. Tuck the toes. That way we actually get some stretching for your toes as well. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow your hips to come forward. Feeling the stretch through the front of your right hip. If you want that to be a bit more intense, you can also squeeze the back of your right hip. So squeeze your hamstrings, squeeze your glutes, and that will help with opening up the hip flexors a little bit more. From here, reach the right arm up and over to the left, adding in that side bend. Again, that's going to make this stretch a bit more effective. We're also getting in some nice flexion for your spine, so some side-to-side movement as well. Deep breathing. As you inhale, fill up all the way from your base of your spine up through the right side of your rib cage. So that area that you're stretching, that's opened up. You want to feel that area expand as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you can go deeper into this side bend, also go deeper into the lunge. One more breath. And then release. All right, from here we're going into Pigeon. This one is a gold mine for cyclists. So from a tabletop position, bring your right knee to your right wrist, right foot across the body, crawl your left leg back. If you can, get it straight, top of the leg facing the floor, and do your best to shift your weight into your hips. So if you haven't done this before, it's going to be really intense for your hips. Start by putting some of the weight into your hands. Over time, shifting that weight into your hips. Deep breathing. That's going to help your body relax. If you kind of check in with your front leg here, your inner thigh should be facing up. You don't want to have the shin facing directly down. Inner thigh and the inside of your calf should be facing up, and the outer thigh outside of the hip should be facing down. Try to stay upright here. So I see some people kind of go all the way down in pigeon. Just because you're a cyclist and you've been doing a lot of bent over, position already, I would keep your chest upright so you can kind of use your hands to lengthen your spine forward and up. 45, 60 seconds there is a good amount of time. Let's switch sides and we'll try the other side. So again, into tabletop, bring your left knee to your left wrist, bring your left foot across the body, make sure your inner thigh is facing up, crawl your right leg back, hug your right leg in toward the middle. So if you look back at your right foot, you should see it in a straight line. You don't want to have your ankle kind of poking out to the outside. Use your hands to center your hips. If you're really tight, you might notice that you're leaning toward one side or the other. So use your hands to kind of center yourself. Take some deep breathing to allow your hips to relax and maybe open up a little bit. Relax your face, relax your neck, your shoulders. If you can relax those areas, it's going to help your hips relax as well. And then over time, the hips will get closer to the ground. You can shift more of the weight into your hips. You can even take the weight out of your hands altogether eventually. And again, try to keep length through your spine. So don't allow your chest to collapse down to the ground. Try to keep length through the front of your body. Use your hands to kind of pull yourself forward and up. Tuck the chin in toward your throat. Get a nice position with your neck. Your neck is also in a pretty substandard position when you're cycling, so your neck will want some restoration as well. All right, go ahead and release. We're going to go back to that lunge position for one more stretch. This is the couch stretch. This is probably the best stretch you can do as a cyclist. So right leg is going to go forward, again, just like we had it for a lunge. And then from here, you're going to bring your left heel in toward your butt, reach back, grab your left foot. Now, this is really hard to do for a lot of people. So one way that you can get around this, you can use a strap. I know I said I wouldn't use any equipment, but this is kind of something that's easy to come by. You can also use a belt for this. So you can put the strap around your foot like so. Just wind a loop around it, and that way we can hold this in, and we can kind of turn this into a more passive stretch. We can use a strap like that. If you don't have a strap, you can also do this against a wall. So you can bring your foot all the way, or your knee just in front of a wall, like you see me doing here, and then you can get into a lunge here, like this. So this is another way that you can do the reach back, the lizard reach back, or the couch stretch is what I call it. To get deeper into this, you can get more upright. So you're going to bring your hip closer to the heel if you're on that wall position, trying to make your spine as neutral as possible, pulling your lower back toward the wall. If you're not on the wall and you're in this position, then you can work on bringing that heel tighter into the groin. Just make sure that your lower back isn't arched. You want to keep it neutral here. All right, go ahead and release. Let's try that on the opposite side. Again, a few different ways to do this. You can either do it unassisted without a strap. So bringing the heel in toward, right heel in toward your butt, grabbing it with your right foot, pulling the heel in, keeping your chest up. You can also play around with grabbing it with your left foot. So there's a few different ways to do this. If you like one more than the other, go for that. You can also pull the foot closer to the left to get a stretch one way, and you can also pull it closer toward the right to get a stretch another way, or you can pull it straight in. So just play around with that a little bit. You'll notice you can stretch differently. And this is an intense stretch. You know, I do this stretch a lot, so it's not as intense for me while I'm demoing it, but it's intense, so you'll want to breathe through it to make it through it. You can breathe, control your breathing, slow it down. It's going to make this pose bearable. All right, and then go ahead and relax. All right, take it onto your back. We're going to go into a reclined twist. This is going to be really nice for the spine. Start with your knees above your hips. Bring your arms to the outside. Take a deep breath in, and then bring your legs over to the right. Try to keep your left shoulder down. It might not stay down, and that's okay. Bring your right hand on top of your left knee. We're going to do our best to get the hips to face directly to the outside and your torso to face straight up. We're also going to stretch your neck. So tuck your chin in toward your throat, press the top of your head away from your body, and then look over toward the left. So you're stretching your entire spine here. We're getting some nice opening for the outer hip, which gets really tight when you're cycling. So this is a really nice, easy stretch. Helps to decompress your spine, stretch your hips, stretch your neck. You can also use it to kind of slow down your breathing and shift from workout mode into restorative mode. I would do this for at least 30 seconds, maybe up to 60, and then switch sides when you're ready. So legs back to the middle. Again, take a deep breath in. And now bring your legs over toward the left. Left hand on top of your right knee now. Squeeze your right arm toward the ground. Hips face to the outside. Torso faces up. By the way, I do have a lot of content for endurance athletes on this channel and also on my app. There is a exclamation point in the upper right hand corner here if you're watching this on YouTube. Check that out for a workout I think you're going to like. Deep breathing. Should feel stretching here through the outer hip and your whole spine. You might also feel your back kind of pop a little bit in a release. That's good. That's a normal thing. It's not bad. All right. And then back to the middle. One more optional pose here is to do a bridge. So press down through your feet, lift your hips, and don't do this really intensely, right? You've already done a workout. You're already tired. This is just a nice way to arch your back, to kind of do the opposite of what you've been doing. So I'm kind of relaxed here. I'm not being super intense with my legs. If your legs are tired, this might feel intense, but don't worry about squeezing your muscles as hard as you can. Just press up lightly, hold yourself in this position. If you want, maybe bring your arms up and back as well. You're gonna feel some light opening through your hips here. We've got a nice little bit of an arch to the spine, which is good to counter that bent over position you're in when you're riding. And this is just really nice for your back after cycling. Again, a little more active, but a great way to end this. So you can hold here for 30 seconds, 45, 60 seconds. If you have a block, you can also put a block just above your sacrum on your low back, and that way you can hold here for longer in a more relaxed position, but just an option. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like it if you found it useful. Subscribe on YouTube. Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you'll know as soon as a new video is released and you won't miss anything. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next video.